Thank you. Please be seated. Your Honor, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Dan Ross. I was a member of the Toronto Police Service for over 38 years and was fortunate enough to retire earlier this year. It is indeed an honor and a privilege for me to serve as your Master of Ceremonies. Once again, in this, our 19th year, we carry on the tradition of honoring our heroes in life. This year, we add the names of 2 more of our fallen comrades to the memorial. I thank you, one and all, for being present here today at the ceremony of remembrance. The memorial site forever stands as a symbol of our respect and gratitude for the service and ultimate sacrifice of 266 of our fallen colleagues. I would now like to introduce the President of the Ontario Police Memorial Foundation, Mr. Rondi Craig.
Good morning, everyone. I want to welcome the family and friends of our heroes. Our thoughts and our hearts are always with you, and not just today, but every day. To the men and women from the law enforcement community from across the province and from abroad, your presence here is applauded and it's respected, and it's inspiring to see you all here today. Your Honor, Premier, Minister, distinguished guests, good morning, and thank you for your commitment and support to the Ontario Police Memorial Foundation. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Ontario Police Memorial Foundation, I am honored and privileged to stand before you today as the President of the OPMF and to welcome you to our 19th Annual Ceremony of Remembrance. Thank you to our new Vice President, Larry Wood, and our newest board member, Thomas Kadelka of the OPP. Thank you to Dan Ross for agreeing to take on the role of Master of Ceremonies this morning. Dan is a well-respected officer. He served on our association and, as you heard, has recently retired. To all the volunteers who assist in ensuring that this ceremony is a dignified tribute to our fallen heroes, thank you. Thank you to Rogers TV, who will be broadcasting this ceremony for their 12th year. And I recognize that even during their corporate restructuring and transition, your commitment to this event remains steadfast. So on behalf of those who are unable to join us here today, your coverage of this event allows people to be a part of a celebration of heroes. The goal and focus of our foundation has never wavered, and that is to ensure that no fallen officer is ever forgotten. 266 names engraved on the granite wall behind me, names of true heroes, heroes that paid the ultimate sacrifice in their pursuit of justice and their desire to make a difference. Honoring and respecting their sacrifice and the sacrifice of their families is as important today as it was the day they lost their lives. In recent days in this city, we have seen evil, and in response, the world caught a glimpse of the amazing work that police do throughout the province every day. We don't run away from danger, we chase it down and we deal with it. In the face of tragedy, we don't cower, we rise to the occasion in order to protect and save lives. Calm, compassionate, professional. These are just some of the attributes that were observed during an unprecedented, horrific event. And these are the very same attributes that capture the people whose names appear on the wall behind me. The world is a better place because these heroes were a part of it. This year, we add the following 2 names to our honor roll, both from our historical past. First, Constable John Robert Smythe, Fort Erie, Ontario Provincial Police, December 9th, 1922. On December 9th, 1922, Constable John Smythe and Canada Customs Officer Charles Murr were on their way to Port Colborne from Fort Erie to conduct a liquor seizure. The car lost control on loose gravel and barrel rolled twice. Officer Muir was not injured in the accident, but Constable Smythe, who was driving, was found deceased underneath the overturned vehicle. He was known to lawbreakers on both sides of the border as a result of his diligence in enforcing the Temperance Act. And because he believed that he had received threatened letters from New York State and Ontario, Constable Smythe's death was investigated by a Criminal Investigations Bureau inspector from the OPP. Born in Belfast, Ireland, he served in the Irish Guards in World War I, where he had been wounded 4 times. Following the war, he immigrated to Canada. John Smythe was 28 years of age and single at the time of his death. He had been with the Ontario Provincial Police for 2 years. Second, Traffic Officer Elmer Frederick Hamilton Wilson, Department of Highways, Leamington, August 26, 1929. Traffic Officer Wilson was on patrol on Highway 3 near the village of Maidstone when the rear tire of his new Department of Highways motorcycle blew out, causing the bike to cross into the oncoming path of a car. Officer Wilson was thrown from the bike, striking his head into the side of the car, then was thrown onto the pavement, striking his head on the roadway. 2 doctors who were traveling on the same road came to his immediate aid, and he was transported to hospital in Windsor, where he unfortunately passed away from his injuries. He was born in South Bend, Indiana, in the States, and immigrated to Canada as a child with his parents. Elmer Wilson had been with the Provincial Highway Traffic Department for 2.5 months. He was married with no children. He was 27 years old at the time of his death. Now let me take a moment to recognize the 133 officers from the United States who have been killed in the line of duty since we gathered 1 year ago. Our thoughts and prayers are with you and with your families. We stand here together right now, united and strong, in order to honor John and Elmer and all of our fallen heroes and their families and the friends they left behind. Use this strength as we move forward. Let the names on this wall be imprinted forever in your mind and in your heart, so that we always honor our brothers and sisters who paid the ultimate sacrifice as they served and protected their respective communities. God bless the men and women of law enforcement throughout this province, from its smallest hamlet to its largest city. Please take care of each other. Take care of yourselves so that we can continue to honorably and with pride serve the fine citizens of this amazing province. We will always honor, we will never forget our heroes in life, not death. Thank you.
Thank you, Rondi. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure